After listening to what happened in court today, and the videos that were played in court, you will surely come to the conclusion that God in heaven, Elohim, is really fighting for us. This case is already over. Here's what happened in court today in detail. Court commences. Motsi Nnamdi Kanu versus Federal Government of Nigeria. Prosecution Counsel, Owamalo, introduces his team of lawyers. Defense team led by Kanu Agabi introduces his team of lawyers. Continuation of cross-examination of the second witness. Judge to the prosecution. I will give 6 days, and within that 6 days you gather your witnesses, and if you don't deliver I will close your case and move to the defense. I put this case on accelerated hearing and I have my reasons. I want this case closed as soon as possible. The defendant has been in detention for long. Soon the court will vacate and the defendant will still be in detention. I give you 6 days for you to call all your witnesses, whether they are 500 or more. Make sure you work with this time frame. As you are enjoying your vacation, remember someone is still in detention away from his family. I granted accelerated hearing and it's 3 months already. This is not accelerated hearing. Those were the words of the presiding judge Omotosho. Cross-examination of witness number 2 begins. Has the defendant international passport been in your custody? Witness: I don't know. Has the defendant traveled abroad? Witness: he told me he has been to many countries. Was the broadcast you presented made in Nigeria? Witness: I don't know. Is the name Biafra proscribed? Witness: I don't know, but I know IPOB is proscribed. Letter of complaint from the AGF 5 to 6 years ago. Did you obtain a statement from the defendant? Witness: I didn't get any statement and I didn't see any. Do you have a report of the investigation? Witness: yes. May we see it? Witness: I don't have it, it's the government that has it. You didn't call the defendant investigation or statement, yet you are a witness. Witness: the investigation is immaterial. Did you make any video of any other person in line with this? Witness: I made investigation with some people. Where's your report? Witness: I don't have it. Did you see anyone carrying arms from the video you presented? Witness: I don't know, arms can be concealed. Did you identify anyone? Witness: I identified ESN. How did you know? Did you confirm their identity? Witness: no. Do you remember End SARS protest? Witness: yes. What was it all about? Witness didn't give any response. The document report from Lagos State Panel of Inquiry on End SARS has been submitted by the defense team and marked as exhibit. Are you aware the document did not indict IPOB? Witness: I am not aware. How long has the defendant been in your custody? Witness: I met him in June. I don't know how long he has been there. After receiving a letter from the AGF, did you reply to him? Witness: I don't reply directly to the AGF. Are you aware no report was made to the AGF? Witness: I am not aware. Do you have any recording of people who said the defendant asked them to do something bad? Witness: I don't have. Other witnesses will bring it. Before IPOB was proscribed, it wasn't an illegal organization. Witness: yes, my lord. Do you know the members are not criminals? Witness: if they didn't do anything bad. You said you always did investigation. Witness: yes, my lord. So why didn't you make investigation of IPOB members to know the evildoers? Witness: I didn't do any investigation. Do you agree it's the duty of the government to provide security for the people? Witness: yes, my lord. Has the government done that? Witness: yes, to the best of my ability. Do you have any proof of anything the defendant has said that is happening? Witness: like what? Like sit at home. Witness: I live in Abuja, there's no sit at home here. If I live in the East I will still come out on Monday. The defendant said people should write their will. Do you know anyone who has written their will? Witness: No, my lord. Have you seen anyone who carried out supposed threats you class the defendant made? Witness: I am not so sure. Isn't this a proof the so-called threats made by the defendant was ineffective? Witness: I don't know. The defense team provides a flash drive containing clips for cross-examination and it's been marked as exhibit. Yesterday I asked you the name of your DG. If you see him in video, will you recognize him? Witness: Yes. Defense team asks that the flash containing a clip vital for cross-examination be played and it's been accepted by the court. The video is being played now. The prosecution objects the video being played, says the man in the video is not the DG of DSS. The judge says it's not his duty to identify who the DG is, it's the duty of the witness. The defense says they have not asked the witness who the man in the video is yet. The judge says objection is overruled, that the video should continue to be played, that it's the duty of the witness to identify who the DG is in the video when asked. The video was played. In the video a man was seen addressing the people. In his words he said, "If you are depending on the police for protection, you will all die." Witness: Is this your DG? Witness: No. Another clip was played. In this clip playing, a man is seen addressing the people. In his words, he says everyone must put hands together to fight Boko Haram and restore peace. He says it's impossible to leave the fight for the security only for the police, that it's impossible. He calls for everyone to join hands and rise to defend themselves, and the time to start it is now. Who is the man we just watched? Witness: He's our DG. What's his name? Witness: Oluwatosin Ajayi. Did you hear him say the community must arm themselves? Witness: Yes. Is there anything wrong with what the DG of DSS said? Witness: No. Do you agree with everything be said? Witness: Yes. The third clip is playing now. Another man is seen addressing people. In his words, he said if anyone says it's IPOB that's killing people, the person is wrong. He goes on to say killings are politically motivated. Goes on to accuse a particular party of being behind the killing of the opposition party. The video just ended. Do you know who this man is? Witness: Yes. Who is he? Witness: The governor of IMO Stare. What's his name? Witness: Hope Uzodimma. Yesterday, you said the same governor accused IPOB of killing people in Orlu, Imo State. Witness: Yes. Did you hear him now saying the killings were not done by IPOB but by opposition party? Witness: The governor didn't mention names. The next clip just played. Do you know who just spoke? Witness: T.Y. Danjuma. Did you hear him say if we are waiting for the police to protect us all we will all die? Witness: Yes. What can you say about his statement? Witness: It's not my job to interpret his statement. T.Y. Danjuma said everyone should carry arms, right? Witness: Yes. Did your agency arrest him for making such statement? Witness: I'm not aware. What's the difference between emoticon and ESN? Witness: Emoticon is recognized by law, ESN ISN not. From the previous video played, you heard the governor mentioning that politicians were killed. Is IPOB into politics? Witness: I'm not sure. Cross-examination ends. Witness number 2 discharged. Witness number 3 about to be called. Prosecution says their next witness is not ready yet. They are asking for more time. At this point the judge still maintains on his Excel-dated hearing, says they should pick 6 days from the next 2 weeks. If they don't come true, he will strike out the prosecution as weak and close the case. The judge also went ahead to tell the prosecution to reduce their witnesses. In his words, we cannot continue like this, reduce your witnesses so this matter can end soon. At this point court was adjourned to 29 of May, 6th, 16th, 18th and 19th of June 2025. All hail Biafra. You now watch the videos that were played in court today by Nnamdi Kanu's defense team, in favor of our great leader Motsi Nnamdi Kanu, and these videos vindicate our great leader. The truth is, our prayers are really working. God bless everyone who's praying earnestly for our great leader and Biafra freedom. Stay tuned.
Wanted you to be here, so you couldn't have been in Vancouver. Speaking seriously about the practical approach to mobilizing to curb insecurity, I'll share experience with you when I was state director in Bauchi. Most of you will remember an incident in Azari. A group of terrorists, the Boko Haram, then had invaded Azari. They were shooting in an attempt to kidnap, and the community chased them. They killed some members of the community, but the community members killed all of them. The last guy, Khalid, climbed onto a tree and was firing. The community stood, they were resilient, and they killed Khalid. Since that day, there has not been one terrorist attack in Azari. As a matter of fact, the former head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, said, and I quote, "If we want to stop or curb this terrorism, we shall emulate the Azari example." Tafawa Balewa also happened to be a local government in Bauchi that was always in flames. And the people of Bogoro and some part of Tafawa Balewa, where the Sayawas are, rose up on one occasion. They knew their terrain better, climbed onto trees and mountains. When the invaders came, they did not only repel them, they seized their weapons. And since then, you can attest to it that you hardly hear about Tafawa Balewa again. What I'm trying to say, the practical approach to mobilizing people, is that you have to get everyone involved. You do not expect the Nigerian Army, police, DSS, to protect every Nigerian or every community. It is not going to work. In the US, if you visit someone in the house, you will be shocked that when the guy hears a police siren, he will just pull his drawer, bring out his gun and keep it. So one of my hosts did that, and I asked him, "Why are you putting gun here?" He said, "Well, if they are chasing someone and he enters my house, I'll shoot him first." And that is the layer we have to start thinking about. How can you create first line of defense? The military, police, and other security agencies are to deal with the bigger ones, the organized ones. But it is impossible for us to deploy it to every community in the country. It is unimaginable that any security agencies that has the resources to do it. So as we live here, we all belong to one community or the other. What we have to start experimenting is how we can make the community to prepare first, if the first line of defense for us. General Wahab said it clearly. And for me, there are 3 takeaways from his lecture. By the way, the general and I were guest speaker at one program in our office, so I'm not surprised at his dexterity. He has developed some sort of expertise in what he does. But 3 things for me. He asked us a question. What is our own culture? Our culture is communal. We do things together. festival together, ceremonies together, wedding ceremony, whatever. So why can't we fight some miscreants, some charlatans among us together? The community should say, you cannot come here. This is what Tafawa Balewa has done. If you go to that community to attack them, you'll be sorry for yourself. I challenge anybody to try it. And this is the way we have to do. We have to allow some level of armament for the communities, and they can serve as the first line of defense. Second takeaway from what the general said, whole society approach is not the first time we are hearing. But what I'm saying, the way to do it is when we live here, those of us who have some influence, the elites in society, discuss with your communities, come to us, get some sort of approval and guidance, and then we can stop these criminals. You can imagine you call sector, let's say sector 4 or whatever, sector of the army, to come to this community if there's an attack. Before they even arrive there, if they attack another community, what happens? This is what we should take away from here. And lastly, he said something very instructive. By the way, I like Osman. He knows who to give time. Have you seen him around here? He has advised himself. So don't run into trouble like the CDS. Okay, so last thing he said to us, which is quite important, is that we should not make this another talk show. And that's why this is my intervention. That security starts from you. There's nothing that is new. 1870 something, I can't remember. The French Revolution, in the street of Paris, they were beheading people. We've had hijack of plane. We'll forget quickly. We've had the wet ear syndrome. We had so many. There's no Metassini and whatever. There will always be security problem. So when I hear people say this insecurity in Nigeria, as long as human beings exist, there will be security problem. The issue is the response. We have to take that mentality away. What is the security agencies doing? Who, apart from a tree, knows that they want to come and cut him and remain standing? Only a tree. We have to get the communities to rise and defend themselves first. And the time to start it is now. When you move out from here, I do that every day. I come from a village in Ijebu land, Ogun State, and I talk to my people. I know the level of armament they are entitled to. I know how they organize themselves in quarters. We have 4 quarters. I am using my expertise to guide them. You cannot wait for the military to come and do everything.
This is shocking, but Igbo people are being killed and arrested every day for defending themselves against rampaging Fulani terrorists herdsmen. The worst being that we are not even allowed to carry guns. Then tell me how this will work. Don't expect army, police, others to protect all of you. Mobilize to defend yourselves against terrorists, DSS chief tells Nigerians. The Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Mr. Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi, has stated that Nigerians...
A few years ago, I warned that the armed forces are either not capable or unwilling to protect us, and that we must defend ourselves. The first denial of what I said came from the Ministry of Defense. They said I was lying. And they set up a kangaroo board of inquiry to investigate the truth or otherwise of what I spoke. And they invited me to come and testify. I did not go. They wrote their report which said that I was only speculating, that there was no evidence. And now there is evidence. The whole country now is being run and overrun. They are trying to recolonize us and take over our land. Can I allow you to defend yourselves? Your Majesty, you heard what they've said. You must then unite our people. A lot of the attacks that I got was from our people. They said I told them to defend themselves. I didn't give them arms. I will not give you arms. Find out how these people who have it got it. Use the same means. Use the same means to defend you, to defend yourselves.
They hire hoodlums from outside Imo State. They bring them in pretending to be IPOB, and they commit this crime and they they go away. So it is not about IPOB. Yes, we agree. We have aggrieved IPOB members, but I can tell you, those who are doing this destruction, most of them were brought from outside Imo State.
So, if you say that they are really not IPOB members, another insinuation that a few commentators have put into this is perhaps the military operations that we saw in the past few days, which of course you also commented about. Is there any link between that military operations and what we saw in the last few days?
As I speak to you, honest political leaders and religious leaders have approached me to encourage military to come around, because these people have created fear into the citizens by their dastardly act. So it is not about the military. If anything, our people want the military around so that they can have sense of security and go about their businesses without fear of any molestation.
But in what we have seen, you said that you are going to send a report to the federal government on what is happening.